Hello viewers, we're about halfway through planting our trees, a bit over halfway, so this is an update of our planting. These trees we see here, going up 5 or 6 up here, these were planted yesterday afternoon by my wife and I. Planting went smoothly. You can see the hose, water hose, just a plain old, well not one but a number of hoses connected together. Hoses that we use in the planting to get some water and some fertilizer down here. And so these trees, their first night was last night out where they're going to live for the rest of their lives. Hopefully a long life and hopefully a healthy life for them. So you can see basically what we're doing here. We're sort of planting them, we're putting some blood and bone fertilizer around the base of the tree, then we're watering it using the hose. And you can see some of the trees we're getting, they're a bit sort of flopping over. I call them Mr. Floppy when they're like that. This one's a bit floppy. There are some, we look over here, this misty morning, a lot more floppy. They're generally the taller trees. Like I think the trees we got from Yarrahappenny Nursery, they came in different sort of batches. They're not all the same age and they're not in the same condition. So some are more compact and got branches coming off the side like this one here, but others are more tall and stringy. And so the smaller ones like this one, they don't need as much support. And this one here, but it's also very similar, doesn't need much support. But this guy over here, much taller, much rangier. He needs a bit more support. And like his neighbour here, also needs a bit more support. So we've been doing this by sort of rearranging the stake that came with the plant, pushing it further up and tying it with some ribbon sort of string to sort of support the stem more than what they are getting nowadays. These ones here, they haven't been mulched at all. I'm a strong believer in mulching around trees. I believe that it benefits the tree in a lot of ways. It and the soil around the tree, which will benefit the tree. So I believe mulching with woodchip or grass or any organic matter at all, pretty well, will create an environment that's healthy for the tree and promote its growth. The mulch will, as it breaks down into compost, it will release nutrients. It'll improve the soil. It'll create an environment for microorganisms and macroorganisms as well to live there, which will further enhance the fertility of the soil around the tree, and it'll insulate the soil against the extremes of heat and cold, and it'll create and also retain moisture around the tree as well. Let's go and have a look at what we're doing when we are mulching. This one here I was able to mulch yesterday with not a huge amount, but a bit of wood chip. Our mulching system, I'm still trying to work it out. It's fairly manual. It's using the Miyazaki mower to tow down a little trailer full of wood chip and spreading it around the tree. I'm still trying to work out the best way to do it. There probably won't be a best way with the equipment we've got. So not sure if it's sustainable or not, but we'll see how that goes. We'll go over to another row that we planted, and this tree is quite a nice, beautiful tree actually, and you can see some spider webs already starting to form around. Hopefully you can see it. So spiders are already starting to get into it, which is great. I guess you'd consider a spider to be a beneficial, a predator, when it attacks the animals, the insects that may eat the tree, eat the leaves, so more spiders the better. And over here This is a row of trees we planted earlier. The difference here, you see we've put the excuse me, the cardboard guard around the trunk of the tree, which we hope that will protect the tree against frost damage. And here we mulched the tree with straw, and later on hopefully we'll put wood chip on top of the straw. But the straw came from when I cut the grass a couple of weeks ago, and it's a free product that I'm using to mulch the trees, which is best. And also this tree here's got some spider webs around the leaves as well, which is really quite a good sign to see. Let's go and have a look at this tree down here, because it's quite different to the rest of them that we planted. This one, I'm not sure how it arrived to here, but it's taller than me. It's well over 2 meters tall. It's really struggling for stability, or not stability, but rigidity. So we tried to stake it up, but I think I'm going to have to do some more work on it. So clearly it's a much older tree than the rest of them. It's probably the tallest tree I've got right now, besides the old ones that were planted years ago. Hope it works. It'll be a big brother or a big sister to the rest of them. Looks quite healthy, which is great. And yeah, so interesting to see how this one goes. Its neighbour here is much smaller, much more normal looking, and quite a beautiful tree. So all these trees here, they're 849 variety, which are a Hawaiian variety. On the weekend we visited a neighbouring macadamia farm about 3 kilometres away from where we are here, and my wife and I chatted to the owner there, and she has some 849 variety trees. She has a large variety of trees, and a big farm of over 3,000 trees, and she likes the 849 variety. She says there's a nice big nut on it, and they're quite productive trees, so that's good to hear. Let's go and have a look at cutting across the rows here, and we're moving towards the trees we planted last year. Not this one. Not this one either. But over here, the grass is a bit longer over here because it really grew up really deep. Let's go and have a look at this tree here. So we planted this tree last year, and I want to have a look at the mulch here. So under the grass that we mulched, I've mulched recently. You can see the wood chip here that I mulched them with last year, and let's have a look underneath there and see what's looking like. So there's sort of a crust on the top, but then underneath you can see where the wood chip, it's breaking down incredibly well, and it's turning into this dark compost material. So last year, less than a year ago actually, probably about 9 months ago, this was wood chip, and now it's this black stuff, which is basically 100% organic matter. And this is what I'm trying to achieve around all the trees, to create a ring of organic matter. And if I'm able to, I'd like to maintain that, because as the trees go bigger, erosion will become an issue. And I've read and seen online that what they call stem flow, which is where rain hits the tree and it flows down from the leaves down to the stem, down to the branches, to the stem, to the trunk, and water flows down the tree, down to the base of the tree, and then you get a large volume of water coming from the base of the tree, hitting the ground, and then flowing across the soil and washing out the soil, causing erosion. And so some people say, I've seen online, and I'm hoping to try it myself, is that if you put a ring of mulch, it'll act as a barrier to stop the water from flowing down from the tree stem, from the base of the tree down to wash soil away. So I really hope that will work. And in the meantime, I'm hoping that as the mulch, the wood chip, it composts, it breaks down, that it'll release a lot of organic matter around the tree, and that will give the tree nutrients to grow stronger. So anyway, this is a video showing what's happening here. It's May 2020. We're about halfway through, we're more than halfway through, we're getting towards the end of it. And later on, when the mist clears, I'll take a drone shot to show progress on the orchard. And I think the way we're going to finish off these trees probably by tomorrow, which will be great, because it's not really tough work. It is tough work, it's dirty work. Not physically challenging in that you've got to lift heavy material. Or we're not digging holes either, which is great, which is really hard work. But it is sort of relentless, where you finish a tree, then the next 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 tree, next tree, next tree, next tree. And so it's relentless, and it's ongoing, and it's sort of it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that's coming to an end, which is great, and and it'll be good when it's finished. And so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.